And it comes to us from our friends at My Grandma's. They're bringing us a 28-ounce coffee cake in a choice of flavors. And what's really cool about this is that we are bringing to you a brand new flavor that was inspired by the gal that you're looking at holding this amazing coffee cake. Marie-Louise Ludwig is the inspiration behind the brand new flavor. So it's good to see you. You look beautiful.
Good, thank you. You as well. Thank you so much.
So this is, again, going back 100 years to literally real grandma's recipes. And of course, the cakes are phenomenal. But Marie-Louise went to the company that she works with so closely.
They're like family now.
Right?
Yeah.
And said, hey, would you be interested in baking a cake that's based off of one of the cakes that I always bring to QVC? So side note, last year, the year before, around the holidays, if you're looking for something sweet and a treat, Marie-Louise has baked it and brought it in for us.
And
like gifts for the crew.
I love to do that. And it was the perfect opportunity because our cakes are so popular right now to say, you know what, everybody has fallen in love with my apple cider donut cake. Could we take that traditional 150-year-old plus recipe and turn it into apple cider donut? And we did.
So
Yay!
Apple cider donut cake is available for the very first time. We will also be offering pumpkin spice. It's that time of year.
It is.
And then the classic is the cinnamon walnut Customer Choice Award nominee. And by the way, our voting for this year's Customer Choice Awards has ended. And we'll be sharing the results that you've chosen for the year shortly. But right now you can get a big deal price of $26.99 on this cake. And again, don't forget that brand new flavor. So I'm going to let you go ahead and dive in. The ship weeks include immediately. Oh, no? Oh, I'm sorry. So we have August 26th, October 7th, and October 21st only. I'm sorry. This has been very popular.
It's been very popular.
And the price on this goes up at the end of the day on the 21st of this month. So, all right. So now can we dive in?
And if you want to go butt, you can go butt on this side as well. Here's everything we love about these cakes. First of all, going to Boston, we bake these cakes on demand, fresh. They arrive to you fresh. If you want to put them in the freezer because you're not ready to eat them all, you can do that. You've got 365 days to do that. But I love that we are a bakery. We're not a huge bakery. We're kind of a medium-sized bakery. And look, you see people on there loading the cakes, making that signature streusel all the way through the middle.
Look at that.
Topping them off, weighing them for consistency, and then they get slow baked for an hour. They get put in great freezer bags that protect them in the freezer. They get shipped to you or shipped to somebody that you love, and they are ready to go. And
Bill to ship to. I want to taste the new one.
Oh,
you can cut half of that for me. I'm not going to eat that. I hate wasting it.
Come give me this.
All right. I'll let Mary Beth have the other half of it. I mean,
apple cider donut.
Look at this is the apple cider donut cake, which, I mean, I want you to think about that for a second. Mary Beth, that's for you.
There's your little piece over here.
Oh my gosh, looks delicious.
How could we make this apple cider donut cake My Grandma's of New England special? Where do we go? We stay in New England and we use 100% pure Vermont fresh pressed apple cider and fresh spices. Isn't that great?
That's 5 stars.
Isn't that good? It is such a touch of fall. We love to add it to our collection. Thank you.
Yes.
Well done for them because you know what? We can't just say, let's make a cake. It takes a while. You have to figure out how to make them in batches like that. Then you have to go through all the nutritionals.
So that it's still at that same level of moistness and tenderness and deliciousness.
Look at the color in that, my friends.
Couple things to note, too. You get about 14 to 15 slices, depending on how big you make them.
And then
this is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You could always toast these up and make a French toast out of them. I mean, absolutely delicious. Okay.
So that's the apple cider donut.
Walnut started it all.
This is where we began in Boston. And look at this. One of the really great things about making a true grandmother's coffee cake is it comes out of the oven and arrives to you looking like something your grandmother would have made. Something that I would make at home. So get it home. This one is loaded with California walnuts. It's got a lot of cinnamon sugar on the top. You cut a slice out of this. It is always so moist and fresh. And then look on the inside of that beautiful traditional coffee cake, moist and delicious, pure Madagascar bourbon vanilla. We use sour cream in our cake, and then you break it open, and all the way through cinnamon sugar on the top and walnuts, and there you go on the top of there.
Cinnamon
all
sugar
the way through the cake.
With all of the walnuts. Delicious. All right, so here's the deal. when we launched this as a big deal, since that time,
Yeah.
already 13,000 cakes spoken
Wow,
for.
wow, wow, wow.
Like we said, already updated you. Some of the ship weeks have gone. But if you want a ship week for August 26th, we still have that available. We still have October 7th, right? And, okay. Oh, okay. All right. So we do have immediate ship week. Okay, good. August 26th, September 23rd, October 7th, and October 21st. So that's great because then you can actually build to, ship to if you wanted to
Yeah.
send this ahead of your arrival.
Sure.
But also make sure you have one in the freezer. Okay.
Always. And you know, we had so many orders for Christmas in July. I tell everybody this, get them now because we're going to be busy in November and December. Let's add to that fall collection. Let's go to pumpkin right here. So this is another one where I said to my dear friend Joanne from my grandma's, I said, what if we took a traditional my grandma's coffee cake and we married it with a pumpkin pie? She said, let's do it.
Let's do
so
it.
what is that? Moist and dense, but look at that dark, deep color on that. That starts with pure pumpkin puree and all of the spices you put into a pumpkin pie. And then down the center is that traditional streusel. Look at that. Look at this cake.
This is
It
my favorite time
so
of
moist.
year,
And
primarily because of the pumpkin
yeah,
spice.
and because you have to use a pure pumpkin puree. It just adds to the moistness and the
There's one I
tenderness and
just
the
cut.
crumb of that cake. But the color on this, there's nothing artificial that goes in here, all the way to that
here's the thing.
Madagascar
if
bourbon
you've
vanilla.
tried my grandma's before, then you know how delicious they're going to be. If you haven't, then here's your opportunity to get them. 1,000 orders now placed in our show. Customer Choice nominee for Best Cake, and I'm telling you, first of all, like I said,
Good.
go for it as just a piece of coffee cake with a cup of
Yes.
tea or coffee in the morning. But make a French toast. Use it for bread pudding. Put it out for dessert. There are so many different ways you can use this.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can't go wrong.
Do you
You know
love
what?
it?
Oh, I love this.
And
And
you
I gotta
bake.
tell you,
You bake.
of course, I love the cinnamon walnut, but the pumpkin spice has just the right amount of spice to it, and it smells like that pumpkin.
Yeah.
The apple cider donuts are just like the donuts
Right.
you can get at Highland Orchards right in
Yes,
downtown.
and I tell
Out here.
everybody,
It's
you know,
so good.
our cakes are beautiful as they are, but don't be afraid to sort of bougie them up a little bit. So if you want to, take the apple cider donut cake, flip it over, baste it with warm butter, and then sprinkle it with a lot more cinnamon sugar and warm it up a little bit. And now,
my God.
Now
you've
you're
sort of
just showing
elevated
off.
that
Check it
experience
out.
a little
Showing
bit,
off.
and all of the things we love with it. So think
All right.
about fall.
Let me give you some updates.
You got it,
And we're
Fred.
going to start with a brand new flavor. So again, we have all ship weeks: immediate August 26th, September 23rd, October 7th, and October 21st. Okay, so we've got all the ship weeks. Apple cider donut has been the most popular. That's now the most limited in every ship week. If you want it immediately, there's 1,200 remaining, and that's it. So please don't wait. And I know a lot of
Wow.
folks are already thinking ahead. We
Sure.
want to have this to put in the freezer or to put in the kids' lunch boxes in a couple of weeks when kids start going back to school. We have pumpkin spice available, so please ask about that. If you want that immediately, there are 2,500 remaining. And this price goes up at the end of the day on the 21st, which is when? Next Wednesday? Maybe?
Yep.
Something like that. And then we have cinnamon walnut. And in the immediate ship week, there are 1,600 remaining. And then, Mike, are we good with quantities for the others for now? Okay. So please plan ahead because, once again, this is a seasonal assortment. So we won't have all of these.
It happens every year.
Throughout the Christmas holiday,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. You
Nope.
want to go ahead and reserve yours. There's no auto delivery. The only way to get them ahead of, the season is to place your order for the advanced ship weeks. M98950 is your item number. I mean, moist, delicious.
Yeah, everything about this to love. We always say when you get it home, it's going to arrive to you fresh, or if you ship it to somebody. So you got some options here. It comes in a great bag. You can cut some slices out. You can keep it in that bag, or maybe put it in a lock and lock. You got a couple of weeks on there. We don't have any preservatives in the cake. Or take out some slices, make something with them, freeze the rest, keep that bag, and then take out what you need, so it's always on demand. And look at all the things you can do with it.
I know. I would go ahead and pre-slice them, because that way,
Yeah.
whenever I just feel like a little piece, I can always go into the freezer and pull one out. Look
well,
at that.
Well, think about this. You know, it's nice when we have friends come over last minute and you can pull this out. It thaws out in about a half an hour. Cut it into slices and then top it with fresh figs and some whipped topping and some blackberries. This is really great. Of course, we always love French toast with this. So a simple batter, egg, a little bit of heavy cream, a little vanilla, whip it up and just grill it off here, and look at that. Top that off. There is nothing like
and
French
that
toast.
apple cider donut with a little maple syrup on top
and I
would
love
be
that
phenomenal.
there. But if you've never done bread
Right.
pudding, so easy to do. So maybe it's just the two of you, and you get to the tail end of a cake going, you know what, we still have a few slices left. You could just cut them up, put them with a little bit of egg and heavy cream. There's all kinds of recipes online, and make a bread pudding. You've got the moistness, the richness of our cake
it's
as a
dense
starter.
enough to
Sure.
hold all that
Yeah,
moisture
the
and kind
goodness.
of make it a little custardy on the inside. It'd
Yeah.
be delicious. So we now over 2,000 orders have been placed. The brand new flavor for this season is the one that's inspired by Marie Louise, and that is the apple cider
Let's get in
donut.
there.
And again, the flavor is phenomenal. They're all delicious. Honestly, I haven't had one that I haven't fell in love with. But that is just such a unique combination for the fall season.
I really pushed for this,
Well
and they're
done.
like, nah, and I'm like,
Round of
we're going
applause.
for it. And there it is. Yay, I knew. Well, we know our
Good
QVC
job.
family.
All right, that
Thanks,
is
everybody.
98950. Continue in the process of placing your order for that customer choice nominee for best cake for my grandma's. All right, thanks, Marie Louise. All right, at-home dining is up next.
How about coming over to my house and having some Mama Mancini meatballs